GG's, dollars, hyenas, scuba divers who learn from Scuba Steve was criminated, y'all. I rock Luther King X. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his relevant march right here on YouTube. We conducting ourselves the most highest data. Life's what you make it. You can't love it, you can't hate it. It's gonna be simply what you make it. Dada. We in the elevator. Who's elevator? God's elevator. Dada. We're doing our million march right here on YouTube. We're building our 2026 pyramids. Dada. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. You God's best kept secret. You heard the data. Today, the data, we have a Los Angeles, the West Los Angeles native, Dada, DJ Money, Dada. You heard Dada grew up in the 80s. He claims gangs was insane, Dada. He has stories on a couple rappers. He got story on rappers, Dada. He got stories on people he met and more. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, this is DJ Money, West LA.
West LA, Dada. How you doing, DJ Money?
Yes, sir. What's cracking?
How is you still in West LA?
Yeah.
I bet the data. We're gonna get into it, the data. So how you get your name, DJ Money? Where DJ Money come from, the data? Can we matter of fact, can we go back in time, the data? Can you tell us the data a little bit about growing up in the 80s, the data? Like how did you grow up, the data? Like how did you grow up, the data?
Well, I grew up all around LA, really. My mom passed away when I was
all right, so boom. So you grew up at when was so you grew up, the data, and your mom with your mom and your dad? Your mom and your dad was together at a point?
Well, I grew up, no, my mom and my dad wasn't together. They had broke up when I was young. I don't know how old I was when they broke up.
You don't remember how old you was when they broke up?
I was at least about probably like 2. Probably like 1 or 2.
All right. And when you was born, you was born in West LA too?
Yeah.
What hospital?
I was born out. Well, I was born at what was I forgot. It was over in over in Culver City.
I bet. So you forgot the I bet. So I bet. So boom. So you growing up, the data went. And how did your mom pass away? You said you was 3 years old when your mom passed away?
Yeah, she died in the hospital.
She died in a hospital?
Yeah, we got a little echo going on.
Now you good?
Yeah,
you fine, bro. You fine, bro. You fine,
yeah,
bro. So boom.
She died when I was 3 years old. They gave her the wrong medicine in the hospital.
They gave her the wrong medicine in the hospital. What was she in the hospital for?
She was I think she was having an abortion and stuff. She was having an abortion with I think I had a little brother or sister in the world, and she was getting her tubes tied, and they gave her another lady had her name had said the same first name as her. So they gave the other lady my mom's medicine, the other lady's medicine, and my mom passed away. The other lady almost passed away, but she didn't pass.
Wow. So they just gave people the wrong medicine by mistake?
Yeah.
And it was a mistaken identity and she passed away, bro? She lose her life?
Yeah, she passed away, bro.
And you're 3 at the time?
Yeah, I was 3 years old.
All right. So what happened? So what like you don't remember it like that? You don't remember it like that?
Yeah, I don't remember that, bro.
All right, so who you start living with from there?
I started living with my grandma.
All right.
I started living with my grandmother and stuff. My grandma raised me. She adopted me. She adopted me to be one of her sons and stuff. So I had 2. I had 3 older uncles and 1 older auntie and stuff. They came with sisters and brothers.
But, so you grew up with your uncles as brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's ill.
And my auntie, my sister. But you know they older than me and they know the real. My mom is they sisters. So
yeah.
They was like they some of them was like, you my little brother. Some of them was like, you my nephew.
Yeah.
They didn't want to leave that, and nigga, you my nephew. You ain't my brother. You my nephew. But
Facts.
my grandma adopted me.
That's a
And
fact.
so, I was living with my grandmother and stuff. So my grandma, she had a lot of problems. She had a lot of car accidents and stuff back in the day. So she was bedridden. So, but she was real. She was a nurse, a registered nurse. She was a actress. She sold clothes. She did all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? She was a real hustler. You know what I mean? So yeah. So
Facts.
I grew up with her. So she liked to move a lot. So we was moving to different parts of the city and shit. So I used to live in South Central. I used to live off like 54th and Second Ave and stuff. That's close to Crenshaw. I used to live over there close to the 60s and stuff. So, but I was young then, so I really didn't know none of that shit.
So you grew up near the 60s? I bet before
Not
we even
not
get
not grow up, but I lived over there for a couple of years.
I then where did you grow up? Name
So
where you
from
did
there,
grow up.
so from there, I told you that she liked to.
Yeah.
So from there, she liked to move around a lot.
Yeah.
So from there, I guess from my mom passing away, and around that time, she had got some money and stuff, so we moved to Culver City. So
Yeah.
we lived in Culver City for years and stuff. I lived in Culver City. I went to I went to a couple of schools in elementary schools in Culver City. I went to Culver Junior High, Culver High School and stuff. But at the same time, like I said, my mom had a lot of car accidents. So when she was having car accidents and shit, she was like going to the hospital a lot. So at the time she was going to the hospital, I used to stay with my auntie slash
And
sister, my
how old was
uncle.
you at that time?
I was from like 10 on up, you know.
Yeah.
So so at the time, my uncle lived in Pomona, and my auntie lived over in the West LA. So my auntie lived over here in the schoolyard neighborhood.
In
So
schoolyard?
that's how, yeah. So that's how I know the schoolyards and shit from my auntie. And shit. My auntie and shit. Yeah, my auntie lived over in the schoolyard neighborhood. She lived at the school. She lived right next door in this apartment building next to the school called Altaloma. That's Altaloma is where all the schoolyards used to come. We all kids and stuff at the time. So at summertime they used to have like the lunches and stuff. Free lunches.
Mm-hmm.
And they give out the free lunches and stuff. My cousin used to play basketball over there all the time. He played with the adult, with the adult kids and shit and all that shit. So, we thought he was gonna be like a star basketball player. His ass used to do little tricks and shit and throw it up, and you don't think he's gonna make it, and then they can make shots and all that shit. So
Facts.
I grew up over there. Uh, at the time, the schoolyards wasn't schoolyards at the time. We live in Midtown. We live in Mid City. They got a shopping complex called uh, uh, Midtown, right? So
Yeah.
at that time, it was called Midtown. The niggas and stuff that was gangbanging, they was Bloods, and they was called Midtown Family. They
There
turned
was
it to
Bloods and it was called the Midtown Max. All right, wait.
Family.
Before we get into the things that we still going to your childhood, right? Boom.
Right.
Like, what is your favorite memory in your childhood? Do you have a childhood favorite memory?
I got a whole bunch of favorite memories.
Would you like to enlighten us on one?
I mean, shit.
Your favorite?
I don't know. I used to like to play video games and shit. So I was like a video game. Like how everybody
What
say,
what what games was out during that time?
uh pinball machine.
The
This was
pinball
this
machine
yeah, this was before like
and Pac-Man.
Man, it was before Pac-Man. Pac-Man wasn't even out yet. Uh, pool tables, you know, and playing pinball machines. We used to play pinball. I used to play pinball so good and shit. I used to pop like 6 or 7 games at one play and shit. You know? I be sitting up in there playing video games all till like midnight or till the place is about to close and shit. You know, I'm up here popping games. So they used to call me Maestro and shit because I used to play it and I used to seem like I'm making music with the motherfucker. You know.
Facts. I bet. Who's been the most influential person in your life?
My mom, my grandma.
Your grandma.
Yeah. A
I
little bit of everybody, my uncles too and shit, you know. A little bit of everybody and shit, you know. I grew up in the '80s, but you know, when I was a little kid in the '70s and shit, you know, I watched them. And most of them niggas, it was hustlers and stuff and pimps and all that shit, you know. So I
I
watched
bet.
growing up and shit, yeah. So you know, I looked up to my uncles and shit too and shit. You know, niggas are still hustlers right to this day and shit.
What is a major life lesson learned from a personal challenge, that you could give?
Stay out of trouble.
Stay
Stay
out
out.
of trouble. Have you
Stay
ever
out
got
of trouble.
yourself into any trouble that you try to stay out of?
Shit, I done got into a lot of trouble. You know, that's life.
All right, so boom. So right now so you start living with you start living with your grandma and your uncles, right? Dandada.
Yeah,
And then what? So you start going to school, Dandada, right? You gave us all the
right.
neighborhoods you was going to school. So what happens when you start going to school, Dandada? Do you start like what year do you start driving? When do you start driving? Like what age? I mean, what age do you start driving? What age do you start
Uh,
driving?
I started driving my own car at the age by like 16.
16.
Yeah, yeah. Got
How
my
did you get?
I got my own car and still when I got about like 16, 17.
How did you get? How did you afford your own car?
From the settlement from my mom's passing.
So you happen to get a settlement from your mom's passing.
Yeah,
All right, and how much was that?
yeah. I don't know. It was a little bit of money though, you know, but I don't remember.
But a lot of money back in the day, a little bit in these days, but a lot back in them days, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
even if it was today, it should probably be a little bit of something nice. You know what I mean?
so what you do? What you do with the money? You
Uh,
bought a car. What else you do?
well, shit, I had an accident. Like I said, you got to do right and shit. I had an accident and shit. I shot somebody and shit, and jail and shit, and I fought the case. And the lawyer told me and stuff, you know, if I pay him and shit, he can get me up out of it.
But what I'm saying, but before that situation, the dollar, like what you was doing with the money, the dollar, like what you was spending, buying gear, buying what speakers for your
I,
car, like what was you spending your money on?
I was buying equipment and we was buying like cars and shit, buying sound systems and stuff. Back then, we used to like sound systems a lot. So I used to buy a lot of sound systems and stuff.
So
Niggas
you
will
used
try
to
to
have some
steal.
crazy
Niggas,
sound system coming up the
yeah,
street.
yeah, you get my shit like 4 or 5 blocks away and shit.
So
Yeah,
you said you had to buy a couple sound systems. What happened with your sound systems? What was
shit,
happening
like
with your sound systems?
every time I drive this shit to school and shit, motherfuckers want to rob me and shit. I'm in class and shit. Niggas coming to my classroom talking about nigga, somebody just stole your sounds out your car and shit. So I like,
Nigga,
all right. So I go downstairs and shit. I tell the teacher, hey, somebody messing with my car. So I go downstairs and shit. And you find out that they stole my whole sound system. I bought my car and shit. I'm like, oh, hell no. So fuck that
niggas
shit.
used to take the whole sound system out the
Yeah,
cars, out the V.
man. 15s, 12s, 6x9s, 10s and shit. All in the back of the bed of my truck and shit. So I said, you know what? Fuck that shit, nigga. I'm gonna clown these niggas. Nigga, I'm about to go back to the sound shop and go get me louder sounds. So I go back and go get some more sounds and shit.
What
And go
happened?
get more sounds and shit. You know what I mean?
And niggas will book you
And
again.
then I come back to school. I come back to school the next day and shit, louder sounds and shit. Like, nigga, you ain't did shit, nigga. So
Yeah.
you know, niggas like lunchtime and shit. We be at lunch and shit. Niggas be like, nigga, how you coming up with all this money and shit? Coming up with sounds. So this is back in the days when we first started this shit. So I'm like, nigga, it's because
How
of
much a
this.
sound system will cost? How much a sound system was costing? How
Sound
many, matter of fact, how many sound systems you brought? How many sound systems you got robbed for at school? Be honest.
they only took by like 2 times.
Like twice?
Yeah,
All right.
by like 2 times.
I bet.
Yeah,
So
but
boom.
but 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 yeah, they used to have my ass and shit doing the senior ditch days and shit. We used to have senior ditch days. With
Yeah.
I was the DJ and shit for the senior ditch day. I didn't have no turntables, but I just had a sound system in my truck. Blasting
Yeah.
that shit for everybody and shit. Everybody all in my back of my truck and shit, dancing and shit. We all at the beach and shit, chilling and shit. Yeah, man. We used to have some fun. I used to do the what's that shit?
Wait.
Huh?
So boom. So that's what you used to do. Oh, so you saying when you had your sound, you used to go to the beach and be the DJ and have your music playing at the beach and whatever the
Yeah,
case may be. All right. I hear you.
yeah. We used to what else? What we used to do? We used to what's that shit called? What's that shit called when your ass about to graduate and shit, and they had that shit the formal, the winter formal and shit. You know how you go around the school and stuff, and then everybody's at the football field and shit. I used to ride around that motherfucker with my sounds blasted because they be like, let that nigga bring his truck and shit. Yeah, I mean with my trucks and shit, all that shit. Me and my homies and shit.
I bet. So you
Me,
said I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, me and my homies and shit. All my homies had sound systems and shit.
I bet. So you said you caught a case. So what was your case about?
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah.
what was that about?
So like I said, we used to have sound systems and shit. So we used to go all around LA bumping our sounds and shit and all that shit. So one night and shit, nigga try to rob us and shit for our trucks and shit. So after that
Nigga
shit,
try to rob you for your truck?
yeah,
Like, yo,
this is the
with a
'80s,
gun?
my nigga. Well, 4 or 5 guns, my nigga.
4 or 5
4 or 5.
guns?
Yeah, 4 or 5 motherfuckers will roll up on us and shit. We in South Central and shit, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So they motherfuckers like, hey, them look like them some nice ass rims and shit. Hey, come up out your pocket. Yeah, well, we niggas used to, you know where that nigga got killed, PMB or whatever.
PNB Rock. PNB
Yeah,
Rock was the
you know
Roscoe's.
how where he got killed at?
Yeah.
Right across the street it's an auto mechanic shop, right?
Auto mechanic shop. Yeah.
Well, back in the days and stuff, we used to have street races right there and shit.
Yeah.
So we used to be all at the street races and shit. Motherfuckers are like the neighborhood niggas and shit over there. That's why I knew it was wrong when his ass got killed over there. That's a badass area.
Yeah.
Niggas will come out their houses and shit in the neighborhood and shit and just start robbing motherfuckers and shit. Hey, come out your shit. Come on. Hey, take that chain off and shit. Hey, come out your pocket. Niggas start running and shit, scattering and shit, like all that shit. So
So tell
so
us about that day, the dollar. So if someone approached you and said, give me your car keys or so. How did it happen?
oh
What
yeah,
they were
yeah.
trying to do?
So they were like, come out your pockets, come out your pocket. They wasn't trying to take the car really. They was just trying to rob us and shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't have no money on me and shit at the time and shit. So I was like, hey, I ain't got no money. All I got is some Skittles and shit, my nigga. You want some of these? He's like, nah, nigga. But then my homeboy, he got jacked for like 1,500.
Yeah.
So I was like, so after that, we was like, fuck that shit. We didn't know we gonna be strapped all the time. Fuck all that shit. So we was trying to be cool and shit, We
So after you and your boy got robbed, I mean your boy got robbed, but people pressed you. You seen the situation. You was like, yo, I gotta be strapped up now to be outside.
gotta be
So you
strapped.
wasn't. It's not like you was a gangster trying to gangbang, but you was trying to protect yourself because you needed to go grab a
Yeah.
strap.
It's all of it was all of
So it was for defense.
yeah, it was all for
Damn. So how much what you grab? That was your first time ever grabbing a strap?
yeah, really. Well, yeah, really. Go not really and shit. Really, but not really. You know what I mean?
I'm saying right there. I'm saying right there and then was your first time grabbing it for yourself.
Yeah, but we didn't have no strap that night. We started getting guns after that shit, right? So
Yeah.
then,
After that, that's what I'm saying.
so one day and shit, we was going to the beach with these females and shit, right?
Yeah.
So we going to the beach and shit. So female was with me. We all in the car and shit. And my homeboy waiting for his girl to come. So she come downstairs and shit. Nigga walk up to her and shit. I guess he knew her and shit. He was like, "Hey, come here, bitch. I'm gonna fuck you tonight and shit." My homeboy jumped out the car like, "Hey, my nigga, it ain't none of that shit. My nigga, she with me and shit." So the nigga was like, "Nigga, fuck what you talk about. Nigga ain't suck my nigga." So then they started fighting and shit. So I'm like, "Hey, my nigga, leave my homeboy alone and shit. My nigga, my nigga, we about to leave and shit." That nigga socked me. So we started fighting this shit. So then all of a sudden this shit, my homeboy grabbed the nigga. He socked my homeboy again. So then I went and got the pistol and shit. Like, nigga, I let your ass have that shit. So I started busting on that nigga and shit. All of a sudden this shit, we jumped in the car, we left and shit.
Nah. You trying to skip. So you started busting. What busting means? So you sprayed the you started busting the strap. You know how to use it.
Yeah, I know how to use it, my nigga. Shit. Yeah.
So you hit the dude
Yeah, I hit him about like 5 times.
because you was nervous. So boom. So the dude socked your boy. Your boy's fighting with him. And he was about to come at you. And they was trying to they was trying to lick
fighting this shit
over some girl.
Over some girl shit.
I bet. So how did you get inserted into it? How did you actually get inserted into it?
Fight my homie and shit.
Yeah.
So that nigga jumped up and ran down the hill and shit. So we left. So I threw the gun in the trash can. My homeboy picked the gun up and shit, and took it with us and shit. Put it back where he had it at, stashed away and shit.
Yeah.
So we go to one of the chicks lived in a motel room and shit. So we went over to her house and shit. The motherfucking police knocking on everybody's door. I'm like, oh shit, we caught up, nigga. I don't know why you put the shit back in the car, but we young though, you know what I'm saying? We 15, 16 years old and shit. We ain't thinking about no shit. We ain't never got in no trouble like that and shit. So they come to her room and shit and caught us and all that shit. So I go to jail behind that shit.
So you got locked up.
Yeah.
And
so
that's how you lost.
This is like 80. This is like 80. This is like 84. 80. This is like 84, 85.
And that's how you lost the money.
So when
that's what you was talking about. You was actually talking about the money.
Yeah. So when I went to court and everything, the lawyer told me I can get you out of this shit because it's your first offense and everything. If you could pay this money and stuff, I can get you up out of this. You're gonna have a felony conviction, and you can do some community service and all that stuff, but you gotta pay this money and shit. So I had the money, so I paid the money and shit. So that's how I got off that shit.
And that's the last time you ever been in jail and stuff like that? You learn your lesson?
I ain't the last time I've been in jail, but that's the last time I did a felony though.
Yeah. A felony.
I ain't never did a felony after that, but I done been in jail a couple of times after that. A lot of times after that.
So you call protecting yourself a felony, that you did a felony.
Well, they gave me a felony for the crime and shit. You know?
I bet. So boom. So after that, how does your DJ career starts?
Oh,
after that, what happens after that? Do you learn your lesson? Like, what goes on right at that moment? Do you like, fuck the street?
Okay, well, at the same time, I was still in my hip hop phase and shit.
Yeah.
Going to schools and stuff, you know. At the time when hip hop started and stuff, the first notification that we knew about it, well, we knew about hip hop, I think, at the same time as New York. I think that we kind of really started hip hop, really, in my mind.
Facts.
Because we didn't start hip hop. We didn't name hip hop. When we started stuff, it wasn't named. So when the robot came out and all that stuff, it was on Soul Train. you know.
Facts.
So they was watching Soul Train, watching what we was doing out in L.A. Because Soul Train started in Chicago, but then it moved to L.A. And most of the people that I went to school with and all that stuff, a lot of people was on Soul Train, you know.
Facts.
So I know a lot of people that would come from my neighborhoods and all the people I went to school with. A lot of them came from my schools and stuff, and they went to Soul Train and stuff. And we started we started roboting before all that stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know if it started before they started breakdancing, but I know that it was around the same time. Even Michael Jackson's used to robot. You know what I mean? You got that dance machine video and all that shit. That's where
So
it's, you know.
who are some people you seen? Like, give us some stories about like. Do you got like who's
Okay,
like people that you
well,
bump into?
we still on the hip hop thing, right?
Yeah, this is you becoming a DJ. You saying you was going
Okay,
around to
so first I started breakdancing and stuff, right?
all right, bet.
So when I started breakdancing and stuff, I first started when I was in Culver City and stuff. So I
Yeah,
started meeting a lot of guys after they started showing it on on the news and stuff. The next day I went to school. Everybody was learning to break dance. I'm like, what the fuck? We all, so we all started breakdancing and stuff. So we used to go to these clubs and shit up in LA and stuff. We used to go to this club and stuff by Lamar Park called the Radio,
yeah,
became the Radio Shrine later on and stuff. So we started breakdancing and stuff. I started meeting other breakers. I started meeting DJs. I started meeting rappers and stuff. So I met I met a couple of DJs and stuff, like this rapper called this DJ named The Glove. He was the one of like the house DJs and stuff. He used to do music with Dr. Dre and all that stuff. They don't let him know that he was the one that was making beats and stuff, but it was a lot of his beats that it was making back in the days. And then I met Ice T up there and stuff. I met my homeboy DJ Evil Lee up there. Uh,
so you met
in the
Ice T?
Yeah, I met Ice T. I met Ice T a couple of times.
Talk to
Uh,
him. I bet.
so I started breakdancing and stuff. So one night I came back from breakdancing and stuff. I met my homeboy Nico D and shit. And he's a known time hustler gangbanger and stuff up West LA. But he was a DJ too and shit, right? So I was rolling down the street with my loud sounds and shit. He pulled me over like, hey, my nigga, come here. I said, what's up, my nigga? He said, hey, I got these turntables for sale. You want to buy them and shit? I'm like, nah, I'm a breakdancer, my nigga. I ain't into that shit. He's like, man, just buy these motherfuckers, my nigga. You can learn that shit. I'm like, yeah. So I always did want to learn how to DJ because I watched the other niggas up at the club.
You was already a professional. You thought you was a professional breakdancer already. You're like, yo, I'm a professional breakdancer.
Cause see, like I was saying, it's that. So when we started breakdancing at school and shit,
Yeah,
our routine was on the weekends and shit, like Friday to Sunday. We'll go wake up, we'll take our boogie boards, our surfboards and shit, get on the bus, go to Venice Beach, go boogie boarding and surfing and shit in the morning. And then when everybody started coming and shit, we'll put our boogie boards up or we'll put it on the grass and shit. And then everybody got a crowd out and shit. We'll start breakdancing and shit. We'll start breakdancing there and shit. And then when it start getting night, we'll go home. We'll go change our clothes, and then we'll go to Hollywood. We'll go breakdancing up in Hollywood. And then after that, we'll go from Hollywood Boulevard and shit and go to the mix club and go breakdancing at the mix club or the Radiotron.
So while you was breakdancing, you met Ice T and some famous people. So that's when you started moving differently. Like, yo, I'm a
Yeah,
breakdancer.
I met
You met
Ice T. I met NWA and shit back then and all that shit.
everybody in
Uh,
NWA.
not everybody, but a lot of rappers and shit. This is like the beginning of this shit. This is not like
It was
what
more easy. It was more easier to. It was more easier to cross paths with them back in the day.
because they wasn't nobody yet.
Yeah,
They wasn't known yet. They wasn't if you wasn't in the hip hop circle, you didn't know who they were. If you
Oh,
wasn't in the hip hop, they wasn't known yet.
but they was putting their footwork out, so you actually met them.
They was
They
the
was
beginning.
outside. They was actually
When,
outside putting saying they
when I
rappers
first
and shit.
when I first met when I first seen and met Ice-T, he was battling and trying to learn how to rap. When he was trying to learn how to rap at the Radiotron, they was having battles and shit, right?
Yeah,
So he was battling this nigga named
practicing.
practicing.
Yeah, how
He
to
was
rap.
rapping against this guy named Jack the Rapper, right?
Yeah,
So Ice-T just rapping. He ain't making no sense out of his raps or nothing. He just trying to learn how to rap. So he rapping and shit. So this nigga Jack the Rapper jumped on the mic and shit and started talking about that nigga. Just started bagging on that nigga, just rapping and shit. We just sitting there. Well, at first we was breakdancing, but then we turned around and started watching this niggas and they was like, that nigga was going off on that nigga. And I was like, whoa, this nigga clowning this nigga. Right? So then so after that shit, the shit ended and shit. So me and my homies outside chilling and shit. So the nigga Jack the Rapper pull up. He's like, oh yeah, that's my nigga Jack, nigga. And he's like, hey, I want to go to the house. You take me to the house and shit. So we all go to that nigga house. So that nigga like, man, it ain't even like that with the nigga T. I just wanted to rap against that nigga because I got something to let y'all hear and shit. So we go in the nigga house and shit. So this nigga, so he come back outside with the tape and shit. He said, "Put this in your car." So I put the tape in and shit. And all of a sudden I hear 6 in the morning, police at my door. I was like, "Whoa, who the fuck is that?" I said, "That's that nigga T, man." I said, "No, hell no, that's that nigga T shit." Say that nigga shit is tight right there and shit. So that's the first time I ever heard T songs and shit. But he had some other songs before, but I never heard them. But I heard that song and I was like, that shit hot to
so
the
you started
mother.
fucking with the hip hop shit, all right. But right there, you was a break dancer during that time.
Yeah, I was a breakdancer at that time. I wasn't even
I
thinking
bet.
about that shit. Till my boy Nico D sold me the turntables and shit. Then I was like, okay, all right. So he gave me some records. He gave me some turntables and shit. So I sat in the house and I started fucking with my turntables and shit. So
How
then I
did you?
started.
What did you do? Did you come up with like a certain significant sound or something like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's your signature sound? Like, what do you go to? Like, what is that? Like, when you
Well,
DJ?
well, my shit is I like to do remixes and shit. So I
Yeah.
used to use somebody's beat and shit, put the acapella on somebody else's shit. And like I do my scratching and shit, and do my little thing a little bit.
So, out of all the rappers that you met and stuff like that, who's the biggest influence to your DJing? You would say, who are you saying?
If the rapper,
Yeah.
well, I don't know, cause all rappers is different styles and shit. So I really don't look
You
at it
gotta
like
have
that.
some cool tracks to go with it. Like, this rapper, I'm gonna, like, I want to DJ, this music is hot right here, like, I
Yeah,
want to do
yeah.
some DJing.
See, I was so intrigued with DJ. I never thought about trying to make beats and shit. I always maybe I should have jumped in and make beats and shit and got a longevity on that shit, but I never thought about making beats. I just like how to play with the turntables and how to make a song sound different than what it is. You know what I mean?
All right, so while you DJing, you doing all this, you're meeting celebrities, right? Or
Yeah.
you're meeting celebrities and stuff like that. Tell us a story about Eazy, like how you meet Eazy. Or
I met Easy, Ren. Uh, I don't know if Cube was there. Cube might have been there, but I don't think Dre was there. But we used to go to this club called the Mix Club up on Sunset and Western. And so they used to always come up there. And I met Run DMC there too. This is like when they had their first song out too. It's like that, and that's the way it is. That's when I
so,
met them niggas too. Them niggas wasn't even out really big neither. And
so you,
NWA, they didn't even have when I met them, they didn't even have a song out yet.
what's like your favorite venues? You was doing venues, crowds, doing shows.
Me doing, hey, I used to do all kind. I used to do all kind of clubs and stuff. I used to do clubs up in Hollywood, the Mix Club, the what else? I used to do the Getty Center. I did Magic Mountain, Disneyland. I did the
So
Daisy.
out of all your venues, Dandara, like what's the most comfortablest for you, Dandara? What's the most comfortablest crowd? Do you like the hood scene? Do you like the Hollywood scene?
Uh,
Like,
the hood scene and stuff is the worst. The hood scene is always the worst. The hood scene have your ass. You be DJing for like an hour or two and shit, and then the fighter jump off and shit, and then the party's over. A lot of times, and shit, when I was doing house parties, shit, I didn't mind it and shit because shit, I get paid already and shit, you know. I'd be like, fuck it and shit, the party over and shit. I'll come back if y'all do another one, but shit, I can't. The police got to stop now. So shit, I can't do shit.
so growing up, you wanted to be a big DJ. What was like your ultimate goal? Like to like what you wanted to like exceed?
But shit, I just wanted to DJ and make money and shit.
You just doing it for fun. You just having fun, the dollar. Me and people, the dollar coming up while you was doing it, whatever the case may be. Growing up in
Well,
LA,
I've been a mobile DJ and shit, so I wasn't really like trying to be with like a lot of rappers and that shit. I just was doing,
yeah.
parties and shit. Parties, a lot of house parties, a lot of clubs and shit. Shit like that and shit.
So
I
where
was,
do you where would you say the dollar that you went from breakdancing to DJing? Like where do you think that it shifted? Like where did your career shifted from there?
well, I had stopped dancing and shit really, and then just just practicing my music and shit. We all love music and shit. So I was just like the neighborhood. I was the neighborhood DJ, so I was doing a lot of house parties. And shit. We do the parties all for my homies. Do all the parties for all the gangbang, all that shit. So that's how I got really known and shit in the neighborhood and shit because I knew a lot of other hoods and shit.
What
Uh,
what what game bangers? The Crips, Bloods? Like who you doing house
I,
parties for?
I know. I knew a lot of Bloods, and I knew a lot of Crips. I knew more Crips than Bloods, though.
Yeah. So
So,
you see, go
so
ahead.
I did a lot of Crip parties and shit. I did a lot of parties for the Mansfields. I did a lot of
Yeah.
parties for the schoolyards. I did parties for the Marvins. You know,
What's the
niggas,
most craziest
the
party you ever
Playboys and
did?
shit. What's the craziest party?
Yeah, like what's the craziest party the data
I
like?
got one. I got one and shit that I did a party and shit over right there over where I told you I used to live at and shit over off 54th and Second Ave.
What neighborhood is that? What neighborhood is that?
That's really like it's right down the street from Crenshaw High School and shit.
All right.
It's over in 60 hood and
By the
stuff.
60s.
But
I bet.
but see how that shit is and stuff. One block you go over and shit and it'll be a blood neighborhood, or one block you go over and it'll be another crip area. So the bloods are down a little bit, but right there, it's really 60 hood, but it's not really 60 because the 60 is really gonna kick it over there. So, but
Right.
it's their hood though, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I was doing a party and shit one time and shit, and we up at DJ, I'm DJing and shit. So people walk up to me and say, "So what you doing here?" I said, I'm DJing a party. What you mean? They said, who told you to come and DJ over here? I said, the people in the kitchen. They're like, they don't live here. I said, what you mean they don't live here? They say, you ain't supposed to be in here. What are you doing? You gotta go. I said, oh hell no. The lady kicked us all up out the house and shit because we wasn't the people wasn't supposed to be having a party there. I
Yeah.
said, oh hell no. How the fuck that happened? But could happen.
So what's a typical day in the neighborhood of DJing and West LA?
DJing in West LA?
Yeah.
Uh,
DJing, living, you know what I'm saying?
well,
Just coming outside, having your
yeah,
vibes.
when I got a little comfortable DJing and stuff when I was and shit, I used to just bring my turntables outside and we just have a party outside. Uh, we'll bring the turntable, but before that, I used to have my sound system in my truck. So my truck, you can hear my shit like 3 4 blocks away. So sometimes we don't even need the turntable. We just turn on my music on in my truck we'll pull out the linoleum in the middle of the street and shit, and we'll start breakdancing in the middle of the street.
So it was all fun times.
In the 80s, hell yeah, it was a lot of fun in the 80s.
So what? So how does that? So after the 80s, when did you stop? How did you? When did you start stopping? When did you start not wanting to DJ no more? How does you know what I'm saying? Like what
I
happened?
still, I still DJ. I
You
still
still
DJ.
DJing now to this day?
Yeah,
All right.
still get out.
You still be outside? You still have it? So how did the music change, Dada? How can you tell us like what happened with the music,
I'll tell you the music
Because you've been around
changed.
since the beginning.
The music changed because people changed, but the whole thing about the party scene is don't nobody dance no more.
Yeah.
As the new technology is the phone, so the phone stopped everybody from dancing.
Yeah.
Everybody sitting around on their phone all the time at the club and shit. Don't nobody try to get on. The dance floor be empty most of the time. And shit.
Everybody's just on.
Even if it's the song that they really like and shit, they don't even want to dance to it and shit because you know what I mean.
They don't. They
Everybody,
don't want to dance.
yeah,
Maybe they don't know how to. How can you dance to the
that
music that's
too,
coming out
that too,
these days?
that too, because when we was growing up and stuff at school, we was dancing. We was dancing at lunchtime breaks and shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We was dancing and shit after school. You know, when you get back home, you dancing and stuff. Everybody trying to learn new moves because we had crews and shit back then.
Yeah.
We had places to go dance and stuff. You know what I
You used to
mean?
battle dance. Y'all used to just see battle dancing. You don't see that shit
Yeah,
no more.
we used to have all kind of little. We didn't just have break dancing. We didn't have just break dancers. We had other people and shit that's regular dance and stuff. You know what I mean? You know, we made up dances every week and stuff. Every week was a new dance coming out. You know, we
So you
always
grew up. So you're growing up with your grandma. So you grew up with your grandma, right? So your grandma's still alive? Like your grandma's
not
still here?
passed away.
Recent?
No, a long time.
A
Like
long time ago.
over,
So who's
over.
your family? Who is your family? Like who's your you got you grew up with your wife and stuff? Like that's happened to be your
Yeah,
family now?
I got my family. My aunties and uncles and
Yeah.
stuff. They still around and stuff.
So you got a big family and stuff?
Yeah, I got a family.
And you never got in, and you never joined the gang, you never got into the
Nah,
gang
I never.
phase?
Nah, I always looked at the gang banging thing crazy because I can be cool with this guy and I
Yeah.
can be your homeboy and shit. And we in the gang together and shit, but you don't like that nigga. But that nigga was cool with me, so why I'm gonna fight this nigga and you just because you don't like him? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's my mindset was always like, nigga, I might like him better than I like you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
How did
me and you might fall out, and me and him still cool. You know what
facts.
I mean?
So how do you
So
prevent that?
you gotta use your brain and stuff and be like, nah, nigga, I'm not into that shit. You gotta figure out something else to do than start a
So
game
people
banging.
never force you, and the people never came up to you like they try to
Nah,
force
I
you.
mean, they your homies and shit, so they were gonna. I had a whole bunch of homies and shit like, nigga, you don't wanna join this. You don't wanna be with. I like, I'm cool with y'all, nigga, but I'm not into that shit, nigga. I don't want. I told my niggas and shit back in the days. I said, nigga, I don't want our names to be on walls, nigga. I want our names to be in lights, nigga. That's why
Yeah.
my motto is. I want us to be in lights, nigga. Fuck, be on walls, nigga. You know what I
So
mean?
when all the gang activity is happening, what are you doing? Like you're DJing, you're just moving, you're
Making
not in them
money.
crowds, you're not moving with them crowds, you're
I'm
in different
making
crowds,
money.
you're positive.
I'm making money. I'm in the, I'm in the, I'm in the, in 90, 80, 82, 83, it started coming about.
Yeah.
And 83, 84, it started coming about a little bit more. 85, it blew up. The game started getting bad.
And you was
Niggas,
getting heavy money
niggas was out making money,
DJing.
selling dope.
So that's what you
So
was doing?
So 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 as I'm breakdancing and all that stuff, the gang come in my world, right? So
Yeah.
so I meet up with a couple of my peoples and shit, and my homegirl and shit. her ass was like one of the biggest ones that I knew and shit, right?
Yeah.
She's slanging and shit. So I'm like, what the fuck you doing? How you making money? Because she counting like hundreds. She counting like
Yeah.
hundreds and shit. I'm like, she said, nigga, I'm out here doing the thing. I said, all right. So she showed me the rope and shit. So she
A
blowing up
girl
and
showed you the ropes.
the girl showed me the ropes and shit. At the same time, my homeboys and shit rolling with me and shit, right? Now
Yeah.
we roll. Now this is what we do every day. We get
But
up,
you're
we
not.
go.
But you're not in no. But you're not involved in no gangs or nothing. You just your homeboys as well. Your friend,
Yeah,
your neighborhood friend, your DJ.
my homies not break. No, my homeboys ain't break dancing. My homeboys ain't DJing. My homeboys is just the homies and shit. We just out here rolling. This is how we used to do. We used to roll.
Yeah.
We used to roll around LA. We'll go to school. We go after school. We go home. We kick it for a minute. We'll be on the block for a minute. We'll jump in our cars. We'll roll up and down Crenshaw all night long, all the way, all the way. We'll roll down Crenshaw. We'll go to somebody's neighborhood that we know and shit. We go kick it around there, probably drink, smoke, or something. We'll jump back in our cars. We roll back down Crenshaw. Back in our days and shit, Crenshaw was like our freeway, to
Yeah.
go to everybody's neighborhood that we like or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, some females' houses that we want to go to.
But
They
if
got
you.
a whole bunch of homegirls that all my homies can meet and shit. You know what I mean? So like, so we'll roll up and down Crenshaw. We'll probably go by the wall or something and kick for a little bit. We'll probably go to a hamburger stand or something and kick it for a little bit. And then we back on Crenshaw. We rolling up and down. That was like our spot. We roll up and down Crenshaw. We meeting people and shit and all that shit. So one time my homegirl and shit like nigga, this is what I'm doing and shit. So I was like, oh shit, this is where the money is and shit. So right. So I started fucking with her ass with the money and shit. I started coming up and shit. I'm like, okay. So I take it back to my neighborhood. I bring my homeboys over there. My homeboys we start doing it. My, her brother was the man. Her brother was the man. But
Yeah.
she was working with her brother. So her brother opened up a spot, call it, now they call it a trap spot, but he opened up a spot.
I'm
We
saying, while
over
you
there.
doing all this, how did you not find yourself in any type of trouble?
I try to be smart.
Because there's gang people out there. There's these people
I
out
try
there.
to be smart about it. We'll see. I'm a young guy, the gang bangers that I know are youngsters. They're
Yeah.
not old. They're not older guys. The niggas that I know, they all youngsters, and they mostly just starting, or they not. They haven't even started into that shit yet because we all youngsters, and we ain't thinking about that shit at that time. When I started, wasn't nobody even still fucking with that shit. Like I said back in when I was going to school, when they was still stealing my sounds. So my niggas was like, nigga, how the fuck you keep coming up with money every fucking time and shit to get more sounds and shit? Because sounds is not cheap. Sounds is like thousands of dollars, right? So I'm like, well, nigga, this is how I'm making money, nigga. They like, what the fuck is that? I said, yeah, you'll know in a minute, nigga. I walk away, nigga, like, yeah, nigga, you don't even know about this shit yet, nigga. Out like that yet. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So
This is the 80s and shit. This is like 84, 85 and shit. I'm like, nigga, I'm out here doing it, nigga. I got the money. I got the money for my mom's passing. Because this is before this. I got the money for my mom passing, and I got the money for me making money. So I'm like, shit, nigga, I'm out here doing it, nigga.
oh, that was before your mom passed away. That was before.
No, this is when I got
That
the
was before you got
settlement.
the settlement.
This is when I got the settlement.
Oh yeah.
I got my mom passed when I was 3.
Yeah.
So this is the settlement money and shit. So, but
Facts.
the lawyer took all the settlement money from me and shit. But yeah, so these niggas and shit don't even know about the game, right?
Yeah.
I swear to God, about like 4 or 5 months later, nigga, these niggas is balling, nigga. The niggas that I showed the shit off to, niggas didn't even know nothing about it. Next thing I
Facts.
know, nigga, these niggas coming to me, nigga. You know that nigga over here, nigga. That nigga a million strong, nigga. Like, stop it, nigga. Like, nigga, that nigga balling, nigga coming up with Benzes and shit. Niggas coming out with Porsches and shit, nigga. I'm like, at high school and shit, my nigga. And I'm like, look at these niggas balling. I done taught these niggas the game and shit, you know. I ain't help them out with nothing, but I taught them, I told them what it was about, you know. So, but in the 80s and shit, it was a crucial time too, because niggas was getting killed. The niggas that was balling and niggas was having millions and shit, niggas was getting dumped off.
It was way more people what money back in the 80s, you feel? It was way more people that was good, that had a lot of more money.
Let me tell you something, bro. So the game is new, right? So my niggas, so I fell off and shit, right? So this is like when the peak of it, right? So I asked my homeboy and shit, I said, hey my nigga, won't you loan me $200? He said, what? I said, nigga, you can loan me $200, I'll give you $500 in about like an hour, nigga. He came back, nigga. I called the nigga, I was like, nigga, come get your money, nigga. In an hour, nigga, I had that nigga 500 and I showed that nigga 1,500. He was like, nigga, how the fuck you make that money that fast? I was like, nigga, it's going down, nigga. It's going down. He like, nigga. Next thing I know, that nigga try to get in the game with me and shit, nigga. Like, nigga, you making money like that, nigga? I'm making money with you, nigga.
How long did that last?
Huh?
How long did that last? The dope game.
That shit lasted as long as a mother. That shit lasted as long as grandmamas, uncles, aunties, brothers, friends all became drug dealers.
And then what happened? How you get up out of it?
I get up out of it, nigga. I stopped doing that shit because too many people started getting involved with that shit. I mean, okay, I'm gonna tell
dangerous.
I'm gonna tell you something.
It wasn't fun no more.
There's two things out of the game that will make the game still be alive and strong how it is today. Killing and motherfuckers that get caught up in shit and don't tell other motherfuckers how they got caught up and how the shit go. See, when police bust a motherfucker, they go to different police departments and tell each other how the shit go down. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that nigga, when I caught him, he was selling dope, but he had his dope in his potato chip bag. You know what I mean? Or he had it up under a car or something. Or he had it up on the windshield or something. They go tell other police stations. But niggas and shit that either they're enemies or they don't even tell their friends and shit. Nigga, I got caught, nigga, and the police caught I had my shit in a potato chip bag. They don't tell nobody, you know? But the police talk. The niggas don't talk. You know what I mean? So the police know, oh, that nigga might have the shit in the potato chip bag. Let me go check the potato chip bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you don't tell your homeboys that shit. So now I did the same thing as you and shit. Now the police walk right to my shit.
So what was the exact situation? Do you remember the exact situation that you was like, yo, like I'm done. I'm turning a new leaf.
There's too many people and shit getting caught up. Too many people getting caught up with the shit. Too many people snitching on each other. Too many people setting each other up. A motherfucker, you got the smoker snitching on you. You got the niggas snitching on you and shit that don't like you. You got your next door neighbors and shit keep saying too many people coming to your door and shit all night long and shit. You know,
so I bet
too much shit going on. You got like 50 million people against you. You know, you only one person, but you got the whole everybody against you.
Where's everybody at that you just named? You named a lot of people. Where's the dude and the sister? Where the 5 people that you started breakdancing with? Where the people that you started selling that you said that turned and started selling? Where's all these people? Are all these people out? All these people living?
A lot of my peoples that was with me, they still alive. A lot of my niggas and shit, they just doing their thing. Everybody grown up, everybody do their own thing, everybody have families and shit, everything. But a lot of niggas that I knew growing up and shit, a lot of them passed away in the 80s. A lot of them got killed and shit over the game. The game killed a lot of people off. That's what messed the game up a lot too, because killing. Because if people get killed and shit, that the police come involved. When the police come involved, that fuck up the whole thing. When the community say this ain't right, this ain't working out and shit, everybody out here trying to make money and shit, and people getting killed every day. It messed up the whole game. It's just like the DJ and shit. It's just like the party shit too. I go do house parties and shit, and after the party over and shit, or during the party and shit, the party be jumping. The party be the hottest party in the world. Like, man, we having a good pop, 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 pop. Motherfuckers done shut up the party and shit. Now the police.
So you've been in situations. How many house parties you been in that they got shot up?
A lot of parties, bro.
For
Look, yeah. Look.
People on the live and everything.
Look. I can listen to a DJ now, a Mexican DJ right now. He can blast his music all the way till he's ready to go home. 4, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, bumping their music. You let a nigga turn on his music and shit, and at 10 o'clock at night, he got to turn this shit down or turn this shit off because the police said the neighbors is complaining about your music and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to this day, a Mexican can play his music all night long.
Yeah.
But 9 out of 10 times, unless there's gangbangers there.
So you're saying that what you saying that is different in the black communities than the Mexican communities, that they could just play their music?
It ain't the color shit. It's the gangbang shit.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's because there's gangs outside. People just
like even that shit too. But you remember I told you and shit that I used to go to Venice Beach and shit and break dance in Hollywood. So we used to always hate when the gangbangers used to come. You want to know why?
Yeah. Right.
Either one of them think he the hardest motherfucker. He can dance and shit, and he get out there and dance and shit, and somebody come and beat him or something. Now he mad. He mad, and his homeboys is mad. His homeboys didn't even like that the nigga got out there to do this shit, but now he lost. Now they want to fight. Now nigga down there breakdancing and spinning on his head or something, and they want to kick him. You know what I mean?
So you saying dudes used to come down to try to break dance with y'all, but they be gangbangers. So when there was gangbangers, they'll come and try to break dance with you, they'll lose and get mad and try to beat niggas' ass.
Oh yeah. That's why when NWA and them started making music and shit, I was like, here go the bullshit. You know what I mean? So I already knew, because I always kind of felt like the New York shit though, because I felt like that with the breakdancing, and I felt like that with the dope game too. Cause see,
how did music change like you see music before NWA? How was music before NWA until after NWA?
Okay, when before NWA, before Ice-T and all of them, it was a faster paced music. When hip hop first came to LA, we was still into the Prince, Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying, the R&B phase and stuff, you know, like the Earth, Wind and Fires and all that shit, like, you know what I'm saying, all that fast music and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
fast tempo shit. So the rappers and shit that was coming out then, they was still stuck on fast music too. So they was making fast music and shit, right? So our dances and shit was, you know, trying to keep up with the beat. You know what I mean? So our dances was different. So after Ice-T came out with the 6 in the morning, and other motherfuckers came out with slower songs and shit, they started slowing it down and shit. You know what I mean? It wasn't like nowadays music is a lot of music is not dance music. A lot of music is just you gotta listen to we used to call it drive-by music. It's like the music that you listen to when you drive in your car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like something you would jump out your car and start dancing to most of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most of the time you're just sitting in your car and you listen to the words, and now you.
But I'm saying Since you grew up and you're a male, Dada, right? How was the music, Dada, for the men, Dada? If it's always singing, you said a lot of R&B, Dada. So a lot of R&B is Prince. Is Prince? Prince is like for the females.
Well, no, it's just like like Tupac said. We gonna follow the females. If the females like this shit and this shit is cool, niggas gonna follow to what the females like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now
I mean,
it was a better.
this is like okay. I'm gonna give you a good example. You remember? Well, I don't know if you remember. Well, when Jodeci first came out, they wasn't talking about nothing for a nigga. They was only talking about something for a female.
Yeah.
Come and talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
Really
They was,
want
they,
me
yeah, you
to
know, that's some female
talk to you.
shit. But niggas love females, so they grew to the female shit. The beat caught us. The beat caught us, so we was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. We like that beat. That beat is banging, you know what I mean? But what they talking about, they ain't talking about shit to us, you know what I mean? We
Yeah, you
talking to
gotta
the
talk to a
females.
shorty like that though. You gotta go back to a girl or something like that.
So,
Nowadays,
so
there
that's
ain't
why.
not a
So
lot of that.
that's why you listen to that shit.
And I feel like a lot of people got disrespectful in their music. That's why a lot of people is disrespectful towards ladies now. Ain't none of that good music that to go talk to a shorty and try
That
to, you
love
know what I'm
music.
saying? Come and
That
talk
love,
to me.
yeah, that love shit. That shit that make you grooming a woman and shit. You trying to get with a woman and shit. Yeah, but a lot of this shit is like, man, fuck a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, even see when Ice Cube first made that shit, he made that shit for. He was trying to tell you and shit. A bitch is a bitch, but if a poor rich, I still talking the same ass bitch. He only talking to the bitches. He ain't talking about regular females. He talk about
Yeah.
regular female. He don't call her a bitch. He call her,
Yeah.
my lady or a woman.
Lady. Yeah,
But if
facts.
you gonna act
Just
like a
people
bitch, you want
respect
every see because all the females nowadays they act like a bitch. I mean, in the real because if you look at it and shit, when we're kicking with a female and shit back in the days, you usually kicking it with a female. We go if you want to, you want to go get something to eat. I'll take you to go get something because I like you. You know what I mean? But nowadays and shit, you gotta take a female to. Oh, you want to go kick it with me, nigga? Well, we gotta go do something. You gotta spend some money on something. You know what I mean?
What genre of music do you enjoy more? Or the
Right
most?
there.
Yeah. What genre of
Oh,
music you enjoy most?
oh, oh,
Period. Just to throw it on. If you gonna throw on like if you gonna throw on something that's gonna soothe you, what is it?
hip hop, my nigga.
Some hip
I, was-
hop?
I, but see, I always like I can because when hip hop first started, it was always something new. It was always something coming out new. You know what I mean? So I'm always into the new shit. You know what I mean? I want to hear the new shit.
Facts.
I always like the new shit still. I love my old school shit for sure, but I always want to see what's the new shit, what's coming out next and shit. Because I was around when all this stuff was no music and shit. But like one time and shit, when I was growing up, I used to go to where I was in elementary school. I used to I heard this song called the Shiggy Hill Gang. Hip hop, the hip it, the hip it, the hip hop. You know that shit?
Yeah. I know that. The
So
hip hop, you don't stop
yeah,
the rock with the bang bang till the
right, right. So I'm in elementary school. I'm about like in the I'm about like in the fourth, fifth grade, right? So I'm in the classroom and I'm singing this shit, right? So the teacher and shit said, "Ma, what you doing?" Like, DJ Money, what you doing? I said, "Shit, I'm rapping." She said, "Rapping? What's that?" I said, "The hip hop, the hip it." She said, what is that? Come to the class. Come to the front of the class. So I started rapping the whole song, right?
Yeah.
So the teacher was like, come here, let me take come here. So to take me out the class, I think she take me to the principal office, right? So she take me to the next door classroom, right? So the next room classroom is her friend teacher and shit, right? She said, "Girl, you gotta hear this. These are white ladies and shit too, though, right? But this is like 80s. This is like 81, 82, right?
Yeah.
This shit been out for a minute. But if you ain't into hip hop, you don't know nothing about it, right? Even if my classmates didn't even know really. So I'm going to the next teacher. I've seen this. I do the same shit. So then they said take him to the office. I'm in trouble. They take me to the office. They let me do it in front of the principal. The principal, I do it to the principal. They put me on stage the next week, nigga, and had me doing this shit on stage. I was like, what the fuck is this? I should have
You
knew
think
right then I should have been a rapper and shit, but I was like, I ain't into that rapping shit, but I like songs, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So
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 you
they put
became a
me
DJ.
I could have been the MC, whoever, you know what I mean? But
So how would you want to be remembered?
I just want to be remembered as a cool person and shit that like people and shit. I'm just like everybody else.
You just like everybody else. That's how you want to be remembered. Like shit.
Well, I don't know. I never thought about trying to be really famous.
That's all
I
right.
like my music and shit and all that.
And you like making beats and all that. You do it. I bet. So seeing the whole cause you was around back in the day, Dada. So seeing everything that like from the 80s to now, Dada, what's the biggest thing that changed in your eyes in the hip hop game?
Uh,
In the hip hop world.
the dancing shit that's one of the real things that messed up hip hop because the dancing shit, brought everybody together, made everybody like certain songs. You know what I'm saying? This is that killed off a whole lot of the hip hop shit. And the letting everybody into the music and shit. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for us and shit, there wouldn't be no music and shit. You know what I mean?
So you wish.
How many,
So you.
other I mean, hip hop is for everybody though.
Yeah.
We had white rappers, we had Samoan rappers,
Yeah.
we had Chinese rappers. You know what I'm saying? We had all kinds of nationalities. We got more different nationalities into rap than any genre of music.
Yeah. But
Tell the
you
truth. To
just
tell the
said.
truth.
But you just said that you wish that it never changed. You wish black people didn't let so many people
No,
into the
no,
hip
no,
hop
no, no,
scene.
no,
That's what
no,
you
no,
just
no, no,
said.
no, no, no. No. That's not. You got it wrong. I didn't
That's
say.
what you said.
I didn't say the people. I said the people that took our music
Yeah.
and made money off our music
Yeah.
and didn't give the people, the artists, their money worth. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a whole bunch of artists that came out that don't have money
Yeah.
from all the way from the 50s all the way up to now.
So what you saying? Who
I'm
is it
saying
that you
that
talking about?
I'm saying that the people that robbed us for our they're not no rappers.
Yeah.
They the only ones that got the money and shit to say, okay,
So,
I can get your shit out there. I can get
yeah.
instead of your people in your neighborhood knowing your song, I can get people all around the world to know your song.
Yeah.
You sign to me, I can get you rich. But they don't get them rich. They get rich. They get their kids to go to college. Our
All right.
the rappers kids don't go to college. A lot of them don't.
So
Because a
you're
lot of
saying
them
that you saying you wish that a lot of people kept their
I wish.
masters.
Well, what I really wish that the artists that came up, that they was the ones okay, like the first generations of rappers and shit became somebody so they can give other people, opportunity to make money.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think that would have worked neither because I see how it is now and shit that or back then and shit that people was robbing each other then too. You know what I mean? Anybody that had a little, nigga, you don't need all of that
What
money and stuff. The company can't survive when you making all the money. I
what's
gotta
the
keep my company going. You know what I mean?
yeah, what's the craziest shit that you've seen that changed in it from now to from back then to now in the hip hop game? What's the most craziest thing that you thought that would like? You're like, oh, this wasn't even needed in the hip hop game. It kind of ruined. What do you think ruined the hip hop game? Or like you saying? Because you said back in the day it was better.
Money, money killed it. Money
Money
killed
killed it.
everything.
Damn.
Money killed the dope game too. Money killed the dope game too. You know what I mean? But it's all of because when you start making money, like okay, like oh, you remember I was telling you about the guys at school and shit,
Yeah.
and I showed them what I had and shit, and then
Yeah.
them niggas became millionaires.
Yeah.
Now the people that he kicked it with, right? They know they start together, right? You get me?
Yeah. I hear
They
you.
start together, right? They start off together, right? So now, one nigga blowing up, right? One that nigga making money and shit, right? But the other nigga making money too, but he ain't making money like the other guy, right? Now, I'm rolling around in a nice ass car with a nice chains on and shit, money pocket full of money and stuff, pretty women around me and shit, right? My homie and shit, he ain't into all of that shit, cause he ain't thinking about that. He think about making money, but he a evil little motherfucker. So he disrespecting, motherfuckers and shit. So, but the other guy, he cool in the motherfucker, nigga. Shit, nigga, let me borrow $2, nigga. All here, nigga. So now the motherfuckers like that nigga cool, nigga. That nigga got the good shit. The other nigga, oh, I don't like that nigga shit. That nigga, man, you need to go to that nigga. That nigga shit terrible. And he got the same shit as the other guy got, right?
Yeah.
So he like, so now the other guy, I'm blowing up. His ass ain't doing that good. You know what I mean? So now he envy of me now, right? Or he envy of the other guy, right? So now the other guy is mad, but he know everything about the other guy, right? He know where the nigga keep his stuff at. He know where he keep his money at. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So now he want to get this nigga now. So now he like, well, fuck it. He he, he doing with me and shit. We can't let the police be involved with the shit. So all we can do is just rob this nigga. Now the robbery go bad, he killed a nigga. Now he didn't rob this nigga and got all his money and shit and killed this nigga and shit. Over what? He's your homeboy at first, nigga. Just because he balling more than you need to step your game up. But you don't want to step your game up. You want to rob the nigga. Now
Yeah.
you done killed this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over the money. It's all
So you saying you saying that they was getting money together, that someone was getting to the and someone was getting more money, that homie was about supposed to step his game up, but he went to go rob him. So when he went to go rob him, he killed him by mistake, and all this happened because of the money, but he could have went and got money himself.
Well, he could have just did it himself. He could have made his own money, or he could have learned from his boy.
Out there, ain't that like a thing? Like, but the booking.
That's everywhere, bro. That's every state, everywhere you go.
Yeah, nah, that is a fact that there's people, but I'm just saying, like, it's a crazy situation. Like, people actually make like book, like that's not everywhere. There's certain places that you know what I'm saying, but people,
Everywhere,
certain places,
bro.
it's more of like,
that's in your town too, buddy.
yeah, of
That's in
course,
your town that's
there
in your
is,
town to this day, right now, buddy.
yeah. That is true. That
I
is
mean,
true.
I mean, I mean, I mean. Okay, look. Me and you out here, right? We trying to figure out how to make some money, right? So
Yeah,
I'll come up with a scheme and shit. Hey, my nigga, I know a lot of niggas that got money and shit that want to buy some rims, nigga. Now you want to help me sell some rims, right? So now we out here selling rims and shit, and we making money and shit. But now I'm making more money than you and shit. You feel envy and shit of me and shit. Same shit, right?
yeah,
It could be the same thing and shit. Just it don't have to be that game. It could be any kind of game, you know. It's like the rap game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga making more money than the other nigga get jealous of the nigga.
that's a fact.
But see, I'll go back to the man I'm talking about. So the man is making money off of everybody. That's why I never wanted to get into the rap game, because I knew at a younger age and shit that the rap game and shit, these niggas are gonna beat you. They gonna treat you like But it ain't even the rap game. It's the music game too. Cause there's a lot of older artists and shit that did R&B and shit that died with no money. You know what I mean?
Facts. So you
A
just
whole lot of them.
so you just wish that people kept their masters, they could keep getting to
But
their
see,
bag a little bit more.
but see, that's why the people that got record labels. No, what's the biggest genre right now?
Hip hop.
Why?
I don't know. People like it. What is made?
The biggest genre is because they're youths. The young, most of the rappers are youths. Most of the rappers, you don't see no 30, 40-year old rappers start out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Unless you started off when you was a kid and then you grew up to be an adult, right?
that's crazy.
But
But you
most,
could see, you see older singers, you see older pop artists, you see older rock and roll stars. Rock and roll stars be older. Damn.
exactly. But at the same time, I'm saying the reason why is because you don't know nothing. As soon as you started learning the business, oh, they get rid of you. Oh, you know too much. How the fuck? No, I
Yeah.
can't beat you and shit. You know the game now. How? I make a song and shit. Say I want my masters. I want at least 50% of my masters. You can have your 50%, but I need 50% of my masters. He's like, oh hell no, nigga. I give you 5. I give you 10. I give you 15 the most. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
how can I make money off your ass if you got that much money? You know what I mean? And what you
But
know
maybe
about
they
this?
didn't know they
Oh,
was gonna blow. Everybody
yeah,
did pause. They didn't know they was gonna be so, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
influential to the, like, be iconic.
But see, back in the days and stuff, they wasn't even thinking about that shit. You know what they was thinking of? I want to be on the radio. I just want to hear my song on the radio. I just want my shit to be out. I just want everybody to hear my shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Till they start making money, then they say, oh shit, I got money now, but this nigga got more money than me. And
Do you
I'm the
feel the
one that
game? Do you feel the game is still the game? It's still played the same way, the data from back in the day to this day. The data ain't like, it's still, nothing really has changed.
but see a lot of people getting educated now too. So it's on the person. It's on the person on how you run your own business. It's a business, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a music business, you know what I mean? So you got to know business and stuff. But they don't want you to know business because then you're gonna know too much and you're gonna ask for too much. That's how
Yeah.
that's how that's how that nigga Master P got over because a lawyer taught him the business before he went to the record labels. That's how he got over because
And
he
he
knew
made
what
his
to
own. And he
because he
made his
knew what to
own.
say because he knew what to say when he got in there and he knew how to tell them and shit. Nigga, I got a whole new community that y'all don't even mess with yet. That we can make money off these motherfuckers, but I gotta get my part.
Yeah.
And that's how he blew up. But if it wasn't for that knowledge, he would have been just another rapper, you know.
I feel it. So boom. Let us know a little bit about, like, like when you, like, you say you still DJ, right? The data. You don't gang bang or nothing like that. So you done. So you said you was in a dope game. So you finished the dope game. So after the dope game, what, you started DJing after that? The data, when you got your life together, that's when you started DJing. Like,
Yeah, man. After a while and stuff, everything get old and stuff. So I mean, that was when I was a youth and shit. That was like in the '80s and the '90s and shit.
so
So
when did
so
you
so
stop? When did the DJ stop? Because remixing ain't cool no more, right? This day and age.
yeah, yeah. But
So
but but okay. So this is how. So um, I hooked up with my dad in the '90s,
yeah,
right? So I was staying on the west side still and stuff, but I was having little problems and shit. So I moved with my dad and my brother and shit. So I go live with my brother and my dad and shit. So we chill and shit with them for a little while. So a couple of my homies and shit come looking for me and shit. So they come over to my house and shit, and they was like, "My nigga, we about to do this music shit, and we know you been DJing and shit." So I said, "Okay, okay. So what we gonna do?" He said, "Yeah, my nigga. Well, we live in Seattle now and shit." I said, "Oh, okay. So what y'all gonna come back out here every week or something, or every month or something? We gonna do something?" He's like, "Nah, nigga, you gotta come to Seattle, nigga. We about to open up a record. We about to open up a studio up in Seattle." All
Yeah,
right. So they's like, "Pack your shit up and let's go, nigga." Like, what? Right now? Like, nigga, we about to leave tomorrow, nigga. You wanna come or what? Ah. So I said, "Fuck it, nigga, let's go, nigga." So he's like, "Nigga, don't worry about that. You don't need nothing, nigga. Just bring your clothes, nigga. But we gonna buy you some. We gonna buy new clothes, nigga. We gonna, say you ain't gonna worry about no food, nigga. You got money and shit. Don't worry about it, nigga." All right, nigga. All right. So I was like, "Damn, I'm putting my hand in these niggas and shit. I don't know. These my
yeah,
niggas. I ain't seen them in a minute. We
yeah,
used to be on Crenshaw all the time and shit. And my homegirl I told you about, they was
yeah,
cool with my homegirl, and everything. And shit. That's how, I already knew them, but that's how I got even more closer with them and shit because of my homegirl and shit, right? Because my
yeah,
homegirl was their homegirl and shit, right? So I was like, "Oh, fuck it, nigga, let's fuck it." And then, but my other nigga, I grew up, he lived in my neighborhood, right, like 4 houses away
How
from me.
far is to Seattle?
Seattle?
Yeah, how far was
Seattle
Seattle
from
from you?
here?
Yeah.
Seattle from here is like if I jumped on the freeway right now, it's 3:30 right now. I'll be there by like 3:30 the next day if I go nonstop.
Oh, 24 hours. Then that's far
Yeah.
then. That's
Huh?
a little, that's
Yeah,
close.
it's a
That's,
while. Yeah, because
yeah, yeah.
you gotta pass Oakland, and you know what I'm saying?
So
You
what
gotta go
happens
past
when you touch down in Seattle? What happens when you go to Seattle and you touch down? Like you went to go chase a dream? Like these people say, yo, you a DJ that come with
now,
us to
now,
Seattle
now
that we're doing hip hop. But what the fuck was
this
they
is
doing of hip hop? They was rapping.
now my homeboys was rapping, and my other nigga, he was the man. So he was the man, he had the money and shit, right?
Yeah,
So now he was a gangbanger. He was a 7-4 Hoover, right? So I'll go out there to Seattle with them niggas and shit. So my other nigga, he a rapper, but he from over here. He a Mansfield and shit, right? So we go out there. I start to fucking with them and shit. Come to find out, my nigga that was running and shit, he was the biggest nigga out there. Oh shit, nigga.
Seattle.
Yeah, in Seattle. So Seattle, Washington. So I'm like, "Oh hell no, nigga. I stopped the game, nigga. I'm not in the game no more, nigga." He's like, "Well, nigga, you gotta survive, nigga." So we out there doing our thing out there and shit. So we going to the studios and shit. We doing music and shit. Now this is in the '90s. This is the '90s, not
Yeah.
'91, not '92. So Tupac ain't out, Snoop Dogg and them ain't out or nothing, right? So I'm back. I'm back in the game. I'm out here trying to make money and shit. But I'm up here going to the studio and making music with these niggas and shit, right? So all of a sudden, this shit, I'm up here. I'll start doing good and shit, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
making money and shit, right? So I'm buying cars and shit out there. I'm bringing this shit from LA out there. So I'm blasting music and shit in cars and shit, loud sounds and shit, 3-4 blocks away and shit. I'm balling and shit. I'm back to my element again. You know what I mean? I'm back. It's the '80s all over in the '90s. You know.
All right, so you
Seattle's
went.
flow.
Hold on. So your peoples hit you up, bro. Hold on. So your people come and pick you up. Like when they come and pick you up, they said that you're gonna be doing DJing on hip hop in
Yeah,
Seattle. When you go to
yeah. They go.
Seattle, your
We go.
boys
I'm gonna
know.
start. I'm gonna start making. I'm gonna start learning how to make beats and all that shit. Right. I ain't.
Yeah,
I wasn't even trying to make beats, but I'm a DJ and shit though.
yeah.
I'm in see, I'm doing the shit that I'm doing in LA. I'm
So
go,
you didn't do
taking,
none of that shit, So
I'm
they
take,
sold you a dream.
I'm taking my turntables outside and playing music at the parks and shit. Or you know what I'm saying, or in the neighborhoods and shit. I turned the whole Seattle out to my party and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
So
know,
you was getting noticed.
everybody like music. Everybody want to dance and party and shit, especially when you
Yeah.
trying to make money. Yeah,
I bet. So boom. So
he
you
didn't
went
sell me
out
a
there. So
drink.
So you went out there with your boys, Dandada. You didn't do nothing that you said that you was setting your mind to do, Dandada. What happened? Did they lie to you? What happened? Shit change?
I ain't finished the story, bro.
Go ahead.
So we out here. So I'm out here doing my thing and shit. I'm making money and shit, right? I'm up here doing my. You know how money get in your brain and shit. You ain't thinking about a lot of shit, but making money and having fun and shit. I'm riding around and cars and shit, and the other motherfuckers doing my thing and shit for me and shit. I'm on rolling around. So one day my boy get caught up. The man get caught up. So his homeboy tell on him. His homeboy come out here. His homeboy come out here to get four of them and shit, 4 keys and shit, right? This nigga get on the airplane with a Glock. Now this is in the early 90s. He got a Glock. He forgot he got bullets in the motherfucker. You know, a plastic Glock. So he think he can get away with a plastic Glock. So this nigga get on the plane, and the TSA motherfuckers, the shit go off. This nigga leaves the airport and come back like 2-3 hours later and shit. And he came early. So he go back to the airport, he get on the plane. He get to Seattle. The motherfucking police snatched his ass up. First thing his ass says, it ain't mine. It ain't on mine. So he set up my homeboy. He told me I call my homeboy and talk about, hey man, I got my battery dead and shit. I can't start my car. And won't you come give me a jump? My boy go get this nigga, and they surrounded his ass and locked this nigga up. Now the whole Seattle is dry now. Don't nobody got no money out there no more. Because this nigga goes, right? So I'm up here and shit like, oh, fuck. So I'm up here. Back in the days, me and my homeboys and shit, when I was out in LA and shit, I met this nigga and shit was the man with the cell phones. So remember I told you we used to roll up and down Crenshaw all the time, right? Right. So one day my stupid ass gonna say, nigga, I got this house phone and shit with the cord and everything, right? I'm about to roll down Crenshaw, nigga. We gonna be like we on the phone and shit, nigga. So we rolling down Crenshaw and shit, nigga. And the motherfuckers and shit like, nigga, that ain't no phone, nigga. That ain't no cell phone, nigga. I was like, nigga, that is a phone. Nigga got the cord and everything. Nigga, this ain't no, nigga. It is, nigga. So we up here rolling and shit. So I met this nigga, we had cell phones. So that nigga was like, nigga, I'll give you 5 phones and shit for some stuff. So, all right, cool. So he gave me a phone. I said, nigga, that phone don't. I'm thinking like the niggas on Crenshaw. Nigga, that phone don't work, nigga. That nigga said, give me a number to call. Now at this time and shit, we don't have cell phones yet. We only got pagers and shit, right?
Yeah.
So I called the house. And my mama picked up. Oh shit, this nigga shit work. For real, nigga? He said, yeah, nigga. He said, I'm gonna give you all these phones and shit. Now his girlfriend was working at the cellular place and shit. It was called Motorola, right?
Yeah.
Ain't no other phones yet. There ain't no iPhones or none of that shit. Ain't no even heard. Our phones are. This is before we. I don't know if you know about the old school brick phones, the white ones and shit, the brick ones.
The big ones, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is before those. We used to have phones and shit look like the motherfucking army shit phones and shit with a little antenna on it and shit. This is like around the time.
It right came in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had those too. We had all kind of phones and shit. Yeah. This is before the phones. You remember the first phone, the car phones and shit. This is before those. This is right before those and shit. So we rolling down Crenshaw this time, nigga, and I'm bumping, nigga, and nigga, the same niggas pull up, nigga, and I'm like, nigga, they like, nigga, that ain't no phone, nigga, that ain't no real phone. We pull out, like, pull over, nigga. We got out the car, nigga, come make a phone call, nigga. They call, oh, that shit work, nigga. How much, nigga? Nigga, give me 500, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Had pages
Right.
all around my waist and shit, nigga. We was doing it back in the days. Nigga. Yeah, so I was in Seattle and shit. So I'm thinking I'm back in the days and shit. So we start making money and shit. And my boy get caught. So my homeboy came out there from here to go out there to Seattle to turn on my phone. So he learned from my boy and shit. My homeboy gave him the specs on that shit, so how to turn the phones on. So he came all the way. So back in the days out in L.A., we used to have my homeboys was like one of the first ones to start like
You
hooking
said
up
you was in
phones and
Seattle.
shit.
Your boy got knocked off, and you was about to say that how your boy got knocked off, and how you was about to get into DJing. Nah.
See, bro, everything's coming together, bro. No, because
All right, all right,
already DJing there. I was already
all right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the parks
DJ.
and shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, yeah. Around the city and stuff like that.
So my boy came out here from LA because we was turning on phones out here and shit, right?
Yeah.
So my boy came out there and turned on phones out there, but he couldn't figure out how to turn on the phones to have incoming calls. All you can do is call out. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, fuck it, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga, as long as they can talk to somebody, right? So I tell them niggas, motherfuckers out there, niggas just treat it like a pager, nigga. Instead of you running to a phone booth and shit, nigga, you can have a motherfucker call you, nigga. You can pick up. You ain't gotta worry about it, nigga. You like, yeah. He said, so I had to make it a little cheaper and shit, but cheaper, to them was more than out here. You know what I mean? And if you got if you got the whole phone thing. So I said, yeah. So I told their ass and shit, yeah, man, just give me like $500, nigga. I'll turn your phone on. If you ain't got a phone, give me like 1,500, and I'll turn your phone on for you. Now 1,500 back then was a cell phone bill. You know what I mean? So one cell phone bill adds up to 1,500, nigga. You got a whole phone and everything. All you gotta do is have motherfuckers call in. Nigga, I was coming up out there and shit off that shit, right? So then, my boy get caught up and shit, and then my boy, the nigga that told on him started telling on all of us and shit, nigga. So I was like, oh hell no, this nigga done snitched on all the game and shit. So I said, fuck it and shit. I just said I'm about to go back to LA and shit.
So homie that brought the phone started telling on everybody and got the whole camp knocked off. So how did you not get arrested?
Cause I never got caught up with nothing. Cause I didn't.
Oh, cause you was just out there doing your thing.
In the 80s taught me, right?
Yeah.
They taught me how to run shit. See, Seattle's like 5 years, 6 years behind us. When I went to Seattle, we went short haircuts and all that shit out here. You know what I mean? Out there, they were still wearing curls and shit.
Jerry curls.
Yeah, so we was like, nigga, y'all niggas, they still dressing like we was back, 6 years and shit. I'm like, man, these niggas is old school and shit, nigga.
Oh, so back in the day, niggas was wearing the Jerry curls.
See, when we was in the 90s, we didn't learn all that shit. So now we don't go running up on cars and shit. We go buy pagers and shit. You know what I mean? We go buy. You give me a call. You page me and nigga, I'll meet you somewhere or something. Them niggas was running up on cars still. We like hell no. These niggas running up on cars and the police is out at the hamburger stand watching these niggas. I'm like, nigga, don't you see the police watching y'all, nigga? They like, oh, they ain't gonna fuck with us. They don't fuck with us. I'm like, nigga, them niggas is watching y'all, niggas. Y'all niggas better watch y'all asses, nigga. We know, nigga. We from LA, nigga. We know how this shit go down and shit.
So what happens? What happens when you get back to Cali? So you get back to Cali, everybody goes down. So you get back to Cali.
So look. Okay, look. So let me finish the story, bro. We got a time limit. Are you ready to go?
Nah.
Cause this gonna be a long story, bro.
We got like 20 more minutes. You good?
20 more minutes?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do a part 2, nigga. Shit.
We could do a part two.
I'm about to get to some good shit now.
Yeah,
I'm
we
going
could.
down the line. So then,
Nah, we good. We good. We could get a part two going.
so look. So then, my boy get caught up and shit. I go back home. I come back home and shit. So then I come back to Seattle a couple more times and shit. So I bring my brother out to Seattle and shit. So you back then everybody knew everybody out there knew everybody and shit. So
Nice.
I take my brother out there and shit. I was like, my nigga, everybody gonna know your ass when you out here, nigga. Nigga, ain't nobody gonna know me, nigga. The nigga, everybody gonna know you out here, nigga. Well, the guy, as soon as you got here with me, nigga, they know you, nigga. They don't know you, but they know of you. They heard about you. Nigga, as soon as I said that shit, a female walked up to the niggas like, hey, ain't your name Money? He's like, yeah. Said, I heard about you and walked away from that nigga. I was like, yeah, I told you, nigga, everybody know your ass out here, nigga. That nigga's still out there right now. My brother's still out in Seattle right now. Got grandkids and everything out there.
As soon as you went out there, they already recognized you and shit.
Cause word of mouth and shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he rolling around with me. I'm trying to see all my niggas and shit. And it's like, they started, hey, that nigga Money back out here with his brother Money and shit, you know what I mean? So
Facts.
both Money's out there and shit, right? So I'm out here with his ass and shit. I'm doing my thing out here. I'm like, nigga, I'm going home. So it started snowing out there, nigga. I'm like, nigga, I'm from LA, nigga. I don't like snow, nigga. Fuck all that shit, nigga. So I brought my ass back here. So then my nigga that told me to come out there with my other nigga, he still was out there, but we brought my other homeboy out there. So them niggas was out there kicking it and shit. I go back home. They come back home a couple like a year or two later and shit. So my
home is Cali, right? Home is Cali.
Huh?
Well, you said you go back home, which is Cali, right? Now you're back in Cali.
Yeah. I come back to Cali and shit, right? So my boys, so when I get back to LA, I get into my record pool and shit, right? So I'm up here in my record pool and shit. So I'm up here getting my records and shit every week and shit. So every month at the record pool and shit, we used to have a meeting and shit.
Yeah.
And so the labels will bring all the artists and shit to the record label because the record label was like, so how we know you got all these? Because my record pool had like over 150 DJs and shit, right? And they all around LA, the Bay Area, and all that shit, right? San Diego and all that shit, right?
That's how you started meeting. That's how you started meeting artists, right there, because they used to come through with the records.
So at my record pool and shit, the guys would say, so how we know you got all these DJs and shit? So my director of the record pool and shit, rest in peace, Foot and shit, and they can say, okay, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a monthly meeting. You bring all your artists that's coming out with new music and stuff, and we're gonna have a meet and greet and shit. So then, we used to have the meet and greets and shit. So I started meeting like all kind of artists and shit, like everybody that came out new and shit.
Like who?
And so they was like, so
like Master P, like who?
Huh?
Like who?
Like who? I mean,
yeah,
everybody. Like, huh?
Like who you was meeting at the meet and greet? Who you meet at the meet and greet?
Like Wu-Tang Clan, like Mobb Deep, like Keisha Coles, who else?
All right.
Everybody that came out, In Vogue, and Escape, all that 90s shit, everybody from the 90s and shit. That because the record pool, what the labels will do will tell their artists and shit. Yeah, we got shit lined, because they want to keep them occupied when they come out here and they want to show them different events. So they're like, okay, we got this record pool we want you to go to and shit, and meet these DJs that's playing your music. But they gonna play your music and shit. We want you to just, meet and greet with them and shit. Probably do some drops for them and shit for them, so that when they go to their parties and shit, they have some drops and shit to play and shit and all that shit. So they'll come up and meet us and shit, and they get signed autographs and all that shit. So that's where DJ Mustard started from. His uncle was one of the members in the record pool and brought him into our record pool and shit. and that's how you met YG and shit at my record pool Impact.
Yeah.
So we used to meet all kind of artists and shit coming up there. So a lot of artists would come, but when they started knowing about the record pool, they would just come. When they knew that the record pool was gonna go, a lot of artists would just come up there and shit, right? So Alonzo came up there. Alonzo started off with Dr. Dre, right?
Yeah.
He was he was the one with the impact. I mean, with the world class wrecking crew, right? So he came up there. He said, I got a competition and stuff going on and stuff. I'm looking for some rappers and stuff that wants to get down. Now this is the '90s, right?
Facts.
This is
Yeah.
this is like right. This is right when Death Row started. This is like when Death Row started. They haven't even really came out with a song yet.
So you seen Death Row getting started? You seen
Yeah.
that whole everything going on and shit?
When I was in Seattle. When I was in Seattle,
You seen Tupac,
look,
Snoop, and all them? You met them?
look. When I was in Seattle, so when I was rolling around in Seattle, I used to, I told you I was playing my music and shit, right? So I used to go to the swap meets out there, right? And I need music for my car, right? So I find a couple of swap meets that got music and shit. Now Seattle is the first place to get music and shit. So the music go to Seattle first, and then come down to LA. They go from like Seattle, come back down to Portland, then go down to Oak, the Bay Area and shit. Then they come to LA and shit, right? So when I was in Seattle and shit, I was getting when I first got to Seattle and shit, then they was playing this motherfucking. We rolled up to Seattle and shit, and we was playing DJ Quick. So we playing DJ Quick. Oh, my boy playing DJ Quick all the way there. We didn't play nothing else but DJ Quick and shit. So we get to Seattle and shit. My nigga, I jump out the car and shit. I hear this motherfucking rinky tink country western rap shit, right? Like, who the fuck is this nigga? So these is cars passing by, right? Now everybody playing the same shit. I'm like, the fuck is this shit? So I go to somebody's house, they playing this shit too. I'm like, what the fuck is everybody playing this shit? Who the fuck is this nigga? They say, oh, this is the Click. This is the guys that's making that E40 in the Click. I say, E40 in the Click? Who the fuck is E40 in the Click? So everybody playing this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is this the hottest shit? Now we just got done rolling all the way from LA all the way up to Seattle because my boy, he wanna do LA shit. So he go to the swap meet, the Slauson swap meet and everything, buy all new clothes. He's selling clothes out there. He's selling music out there. He bringing all the hot shit from LA out to Seattle. So I'm rolling around and shit. I was like, hey man, who the fuck is this Click motherfucker and shit? So I go to the swap meet, I go buy that shit. And I start seeing other shit. I see this motherfucking name, Tupacalypse. It's okay. Who the fuck I get this AMG and shit that I knew that he fuck with DJ Quick and shit. Okay. Then I buy this motherfucker. Oh, that's Dr. Dre. Who the fuck is this Snoop Dogg motherfucker? Deep cover. Okay, so I'll buy that shit. So I'm bumping shit. I'm changing CDs. I'm bumping and shit. Okay, I like it. Okay, I got a nice pick and shit. I don't know none of these artists except for Dr. Dre. But
you're just me and them,
So then I'm hearing that shit. So I'm listening to Deep cover. Doom. Oh shit. Dr. Dre coming out again? Okay. So I'm letting the niggas in the neighborhood hear this shit. Okay, then I play that motherfucking Tupac shit. You know what I'm saying? Brenda got a baby and me and my, you know what I'm saying? Picking for my niggas and all that shit. I'm like, okay, this nigga militant motherfucker. Okay, but he cool. And they got some other motherfuckers and shit. I got this motherfucker Scary X. I don't know if you know about a Scary X and shit.
I don't think I heard of him.
MC Pooh and shit and all that shit. Yeah, so I'm up there bumping all that shit. Yeah, I have to play some of that shit for you and shit. But yeah, so I'm letting these niggas listen to the songs and shit. I'm playing my music. We out here shooting dice and shit. We bring the dice game out there and shit. Niggas Niggas got thousands and shit. Niggas shooting thousands. You know what I'm saying? Back this 90s and shit. So then I go back home and shit. I'll get into my record pool and shit. So my nigga Lons will tell me and shit, tell us and shit. So I tell my boys and shit. I said, oh, nigga, y'all home, nigga. Nigga, this nigga got a motherfucking he want to start this. He about to start the shit. He say he gonna put y'all in the studio. He gonna give you some money and get y'all a record deal and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he said, but you know, it's a competition. Ah, nigga. So about 5 of my niggas and shit, they made a group and shit, right?
Right.
So we all go to the motherfucking go to the thing. We bring all the people in my neighborhood to go and shit, right? All family members and shit, right? Everybody got a couple of their family members or friends and shit. We all up at the place and shit. So my boys and shit, they made a rap song and they played it and shit. They niggas won. So the niggas won and shit. And so but Alonzo had another group and shit that he had already and he had them in the competition. Now they had a good cheer too, but our boys had a good bigger cheer. So he's like, fuck. So what I'm gonna do? Okay, we got both of y'all, so I'm gonna take both of these motherfuckers. Or he already had them though. Come to find out later on that he already had them. So we over there talking and shit. So when I see one of the niggas, he from my neighborhood. He they homeboys and shit. My homies homeboy and shit, right? I'm like, nigga, what you doing here? He like, nigga, I'm rapping, nigga. I'm like, what, nigga? So then my homeboy seen him and shit. And he was like, oh, nigga, what's up, nigga? Where you get out, nigga? And then, you know, they all cool and
So
shit. They all homeboys. They all from the same hood.
do you feel it was easier to be a rapper back then than in these days? Like you could just because they was looking for rappers. It was new. It's the rapping, being hip hop.
I mean, I can make a song right now and then put it up and put it in the cloud or something right now. You can't do it. You can't do it. There wasn't no such thing as that out then. You had to know somebody to get in. You know
yeah. You couldn't just get in.
I mean, we can make a song. You can make a song right now, nigga, and put it up in the cloud right now or YouTube. We can make a video and put it on YouTube and win. You know what I mean? If it's all tight and everybody like it.
Yeah.
But you can do that back then because there wasn't no such thing of it. It wasn't this back then. The social media shit wasn't no. You know, the computer shit was like limited. You know. You didn't even make music off the, you didn't even make music off the computers. You had to have a beat machine back then. You know what I mean? So my niggas,
so you couldn't even get a beat.
Right. So my niggas and shit, right? So my niggas and shit, right. So my niggas and shit won the competition. So now my niggas and shit was going. We went over to Alonzo's house. So he broke it down to us what happened and shit. So he's like, yeah, Dr. Dre and shit used to be down with me and shit, right? And I say, yeah, huh? Because I didn't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about it like that and shit until he started talking to us and shit. I said, that's right up. I said, he was with you with the wrecking crew, huh? He was like, yeah, that's me. That's Alonzo. So we had his house talking to him and shit. So he giving us the scoop on how to go about the shit, right? So he said, yeah, Dre, I talked this nigga. The niggas made most of the music right here. All the NWA shit, they made it right here in his house. So he showed us the studio, his studio in his house and everything. I said, for real? He's like, yeah. He said, yeah. All that shit that they doing and shit came from right here. He said, but I told them I don't want no cursing on my shit. I don't want them to do no cursing. I was like, oh, wow. That's what he was telling my boys too. He told my boys don't curse. He said the reason why he said that, he said because more people will listen to your music without you cursing than with you cursing. He said if you don't curse, he said you can say what you want, but just don't curse. You can use another word for your curse word. Just don't use no cursing because you're gonna reach more people. You're gonna get older people. You're gonna get, people that don't like cursing.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with them. He said, yeah, Dre and then went that way and shit. And I was like, I'm dealing with that. But then he said, but now they try to ask me out and make it seem like I wasn't a part of this shit. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have no place to learn how to make the beats. You wouldn't have no place. So he was trying to give us the game on how to attack them and shit, right? So at this time, this is when Eazy was going against Dre, right?
Yeah.
So when it was going against Dre, so he wanted us to go against Dre too, because he was mad. He was more mad at Dre than he was Eazy, because Eazy was already like he already went solo. You know, they all broke apart from Eazy. So now Eazy like fuck that shit. So then the guys that he had already schooled them. So they was making songs about Dre too, right? So
Facts.
so when they was making songs about him, so he had my boys trying to make songs about him, right? So when you remember when Dre made that song, so what would you do? So what would you do if you test with the dog pound? What
Yeah.
would you do if we get you with your pants down? You know, one of them said, he said, fuck Easy and all the niggas that running with you. That's what they was talking about, my boys and all them niggas, because them niggas was making songs about them niggas. So my niggas was gonna come out. But my boy, one of my boys that was in, my boy that we brought to Seattle, he was really deep into his gangbang shit right at this time. He was in Seattle. He was acting a fool out in Seattle. He was getting drunk out in Seattle, getting high out in Seattle and shit. So he was into his gangbang shit. So when he came back to LA, they put him in the studio. He seen the guy, the engineer and shit in the studio, and I guess the engineer in the studio was showing off and shit. So he's showing off, I guess he was showing off his money and his guns and shit, and he had it in a safe. And I think he left the safe open. And they shot that nigga and killed him. So I was like, fuck. So my nigga Lonzo called me out. I'm doing parties with Alonzo and shit. He got me doing all kind of youth parties and shit.
So homie shot him and unalived him.
They killed the studio guy.
Damn.
It's all the news and everything. So Alonzo had the channel 11 news come out. We did a party for one of my homeboys. It was one of the rappers. We was doing his birthday party and shit. And all his homeboys from his gang came over and shit. And they had the channel 11 news there and shit. And they had us all on camera and shit and everything. And then they had Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre on one segment and the Dog Pound. And I think they had Bone Thugs too and shit. It was all in the news. So they took the clipping of that news thing and put it on the news and said that they was looking for my boy. So my boy and shit was like, he was on the run. So I'm like, oh, come on, man. We about to blow up, nigga. We got this nigga. We already won and shit, nigga. He guaranteed us and stuff. We in the studio. He put you in the studio, nigga.
Hey, he's on the news.
Bullshit. So my nigga called me up. He like, man, I can't fuck with you no more.
Yeah.
I said, what? Now I don't know nothing. So I'm thinking I fucked up DJing or something. You know what I mean? So what the fuck happened? He said, man, do you know your boy went into the studio and shot the motherfucking engineer and killed him? I said, stop lying. I said, what? He said, yeah, man. And the next thing I know, I turned on the TV, nigga, the nigga on the news, nigga. I said, hell no. So this nigga calls me up, nigga. He calls me up and shit. He's like, nigga, I'm not going back to jail, nigga. I'm not going back. I said, nigga, why did you do that shit, nigga? He said, nigga, I'm not going back to jail, nigga. I'm not going back to jail. Nigga, next thing I know, nigga, that nigga was downtown LA, nigga, at a jewelry store, nigga, robbing a jewelry store, nigga. That nigga was downtown, nigga, robbing a jewelry store, nigga. I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? I'm not talking to him on the phone now, but I'm looking at the TV, nigga, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Now he's on a rampage.
This nigga killed himself, nigga, at the jewelry store, nigga. I seen it on the news. Nigga, I'm like, oh, come on, man. We about to blow, nigga. You up and fucking up the money, nigga. This nigga don't even want to fuck with me no more. Nigga used to see me at the record pool and shit. Nigga, what's up, money? And that's it, nigga. What's up, buddy? How you doing? We shake hands and that's it. Man, he
And now
fucked with
he ain't
all
fuck
of us.
with you no more.
Don't
Damn,
even
another
fuck with me
engineer,
no
I
more
mean, the
because of
dude
that.
ain't fuck with you.
Yeah, over this nigga. I'm like, man, I ain't the one.
And
I ain't
I
the
ain't
one,
you,
nigga.
yeah,
I'm
you
getting
barely
there,
know him.
nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's one story, my nigga. That's one
That's
story.
different. Now we gonna get back to it. We gonna get back to it. We got 5 more minutes, so we gonna
Yeah, that's
fucking
some
say
more
something
shit.
positive. Let's give us something positive about your you know what I'm saying, about your life,
Oh,
Dada.
I'll tell you the story about me and my nigga Gonzo.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us the
So
story
me and my
about you and
nigga
Gonzo.
Gonzo. Okay, so I met Gonzo from one of my other homeboys. Right? So I guess my homeboy must have told him and shit, yeah, my nigga DJ Money live over here and shit, my nigga. So I go meet up. They called me outside and shit. So I guess they was outside talking and shit. So Gonzo used to fuck with my ex-wife's sister and shit, right? So he
And
think,
that's and Gonzo's the one with the Tupac, right? The Tupac, the one who passed
yeah,
away. He passed away.
yes,
I bet.
yeah. He the one. He 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 was with Caution. He was with a group called Caution first.
Yeah.
So so they come to my house and shit. Go outside and shit. So he say, your girl live here? I said, yeah, nigga, I live here. He said, oh, okay. He said, I used to fuck with her. I said, you used to fuck with my girl? Nah, nigga, you didn't fuck with my girl. I said, you probably talk about her sister. He said, what your girl look like? I said, nah, you talk about her sister. You talk about her sister light skin, huh? He said, yeah. I said, yeah, you talk about her sister and shit. But it's her cousin and shit, really. He said, yeah, okay, okay, okay. So then became cool and shit. So then so he called me up one day and she was like, "Hey, my nigga, let's go make a mix CD and shit." I said, "All right." So I go get my records and shit, my turntables and shit. We go to the studio and shit. I start putting on some beats and shit, some records that I got. I'm trying to give them records that's really not known, but the new music is coming out. So by the time you play it, put it out, it'll be known a little bit. You know what I mean? Or it'll be hot. So I started playing music and shit. So I put on this beat. Do 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 do. And so I like, he's like, nigga, that's that's that nigga shit, huh? I said, yeah, nigga, that's the hottest shit out right now, nigga. He said, that's that 50 Cent shit, huh? I said, yeah, nigga, that shit hot, nigga. Nigga, put that shit on. And the nigga, fuck 50 Cent, nigga. I was like, what? I said, why you say fuck 50 Cent? Now, I ain't knowing that he got beef with him. Now, he really don't have beef with him. That nigga Yuck Mouth had beef with him. So he was like, so yeah, nigga, I'm fucking with you. So he started fucking with, he moved up to the Bay Area and he started fucking with Yuck Mouth. Now, after that shit, him and Yuck Mouth got into it. But at this time, him and Yuck Mouth was cool. So he's like,
Yeah.
nigga, man, this nigga, man, he just my
So you
nigga and
saying
shit. So
Gonzo was forced claiming beef and telling you why the fuck you doing a track with 50 Cent's song
no,
on there or something like that?
why you playing 50 Cent track? I ain't fucking with that shit.
Yeah.
Right? But then after a while he said, you know what? Fuck it. Put that shit on too, nigga. So I mixed all these songs up and shit. And so that nigga, I put that shit on, and then that nigga rock the fuck out that stuff too. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I'm have to find that shit, let you hear that shit.
Nah, that's a
Yeah,
Finny
so
Indian act
I
though.
got
Nah,
other stuff for you too, though, my nigga. I got a lot of more for you. Got some shit.
R.I.P. the Gonzo. Dada.
Okay. Okay. So let me tell you my story about Big U. You want your Big U story now?
Yeah, we can take a Biggie U story.
Okay. So breakdancing, right? So they got this skating ring over here, right? That I grew up on, right? So ever since I was breakdancing and shit, every time they bring a artist out from New York and all that shit, right? They come, like Houdini, Roxanne Shante, Karas One, who else? All kind of other artists and shit, right? So I'm breakdancing and shit one night and shit up there and shit.
At a rollerblade arena, you said?
At a roller skating ring,
All
right?
right.
It's called World on Wheels. It's called World on Wheels. Wheels.
Word on wheels.
Now, this skating ring is Schoolyard Hood. We walk across the street and that's the skating ring. You walk across the street and that's Schoolyard Hood, right?
Yeah.
At this time, the 60s started kicking it over there. So they're not really beefing with the schoolyards, but they're not cool with schoolyards really neither.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the closest shit that they can have, that all the hood can come and have fun. You know what I mean? Fuck it, nigga. Let's roll up Crenshaw, nigga, all the way to Pico and shit, and let's go to World on Wheels. You know what I mean? So that's how they was doing it. So one night and shit, we up there at the thing and shit. I'm breakdancing shit. So I go use the bathroom and shit. So I hear this nigga coming in the bathroom and shit like, man, fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. So this night and shit, LL Cool J there, Roxanne Shante there, who else was there? A couple other artists is there, right? So this nigga coming there screaming, fuck this nigga, man, fuck that nigga. Nigga, I'm from LA, nigga. How the fuck he gonna come all the way out here, nigga, and I can't get on and rap and shit? And I'm like, damn. So I turn around, look and say, oh, this nigga motherfucker Ice-T. So he mad than the motherfucker. He like, man, fuck that nigga LL Cool J. I hate that.
And you talking about Big U saying that?
No, this Ice-T.
Ice-T saying that?
This Ice-T saying this shit. Ice-T like, nigga, fuck that. I turn around like, oh, that's this nigga T and shit, right? So, you know, I already know about him and shit from the Radiotron and shit. And, you know, him and his girlfriend, that's the first album cover that he had, Darlene.
Yeah.
The one where he got the guns and stuff and showing her ass and all that shit, and got my homeboy DJ Evil Lee on there. Yeah. So I know them from that shit too and shit, cause we used to break dance with her. Darlene used to be a break dancer. You know what I mean? She's on that talk show now with that comedian guy. Have you ever seen that shit? They be on YouTube and shit. 5150 show, whatever that shit called. You heard of that show?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, she on that shit right now. She on there. So, that nigga was like, that nigga like, fuck that nigga, LL. Nigga, come out here, nigga. I can rap too, nigga. I'm going on too, nigga. Fuck that shit, nigga. So I guess he told them niggas and shit that nigga was a blood. Cause that nigga come up in there with the red Kango hat on, with a red ass shirt on, with the red ass pants on, with the red shoes on. He's all Crips and shit. But this nigga got like 5 or 6 bodyguards, big ass bodyguards and shit. So this nigga started. He was walking in. So he can go down to the where everybody skate at. So while he was walking in, niggas started stopped him and shit. Like, nigga, where you going? Nigga, where the fuck you from? And all that shit, right? So the bodyguards try to jump in and shit. So them niggas started socking the bodyguards out and shit. I was like, oh, hell no. So then they started beating that nigga ass. So they beat that nigga all the way out the skating ring and shit. So that nigga, they threw that nigga in the limo, nigga drove off. So I say about like 2 weeks later, this nigga made a song called Going Back to Cali. Going back to Cali. I don't think so. So then that's what started their beef on. So they started beefing and shit. So they started making raps and shit, songs about each other after that.
So where Big U was in the situation?
Big U was in the motherfucking fight.
He was fighting?
He was one of the motherfuckers. He was one of the motherfuckers who was beating up LL Cool J and shit. They fought that nigga all the way to that nigga limo and shit. And then started fighting outside and shit.
Wow.
I was like, hell, I got the fuck
DJ
on.
Money, this is the end of the interview. Let us know where we could find you. Let us know what I'm saying. Something what you up to these days and how's life treating you. And we're gonna get into part 2 going too.
Out here I'm out in the street, my nigga. I ain't got no, none of that social media shit or nothing. But you can hit me up. What is it? DJ Money 187 at gmail.com.
That's a fact. You heard?
I got some more.
What
Got
you
some
up
more
to?
stories for you too.
Facts. We gonna do that. We gonna get right. What you going? What you up to these days? What DJ Money up to these days?
Just up here, I'm up here just doing my parties and shit, and taking care of kids and trying to make money and shit, my nigga.
That's a fact. I ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? Well, GG, since the end of the interview, we gonna get DJ Money, this is another segment for part 2, you heard, good looks on you, DJ Money, on the segment, you already know, shout out to Los Angeles, you already nizzy, God chose you because he knew he could trust you, God's best kept secret, you heard, that's a fact. Peace.
Peace.